restoration to the Most High.
Like he that justified the wicked and condemned the just. Who are the just? The elect of the 12 tribes of Israel, man. All right, you condemn your own people when you denounce what do you call it? Redemption. When you renounce us being recompense for what Esau has done to us, man.
And 40 acres in a mule is not restoration.
And that's inequity.
Right.
Equity goes back to equality.
Right.
You like at the scales. All right, so 40 acres in a mule in exchange for 400 years of hardcore slavery, that's inequity.
That's a false balance.
Yeah, which
false
they
balance.
have made $100 million off you slaves, which I'm talking about us as well. You know, only Yahweh Shah can save us. Only He can bring that restoration. Going into what? It means to restore or put a nation on the same level as it was once before.
And I believe that 100 million is in that time, right?
Yeah, come on.
Like 1800s.
Yeah.
So that's basically billions.
Yeah.
Probably, you know, if you bring it back
You're
to 2022,
You're right.
it's like billions of dollars, man.
Yeah.
We made you billions of dollars because of free labor, man. Fuck you, man. And the only thing worse than you devils is you fucking niggas and you spicks on this tribe who uphold this devil.
Yeah, y'all can get it the worst.
The only thing worse than your enemy is the people of your nation that uphold the enemies.
That's it, bro.
We are inhaling poison, polluted.
Right.
And the only thing you nigga women are still pushing, you know, it ain't all white people.
Right.
You know,
Go vote.
Yeah, you go vote. Here your arteries clogged up, but you still think you can pray over a fucking hot dog, man. All right, man, you are worse than the ops, man.
Right. I got 57.
When you go into condemn, bro, to go in condemn also goes into like disapprove of, man.
Yeah.
And they do, and like the people of this world, man, especially when it comes to these alphabet communities and you know people who just love wickedness, man. They disapprove of this gospel, man. They disapprove of this truth, man, because it sets standards, man. You know what I'm saying? And then it has repercussions that come with wickedness, man.
And it condemns your little new age philosophies you walk around this
right.
thing.
That's right.
Do as thou wilt.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it, bro.
It's just like, you know, this is the extension of that fourth beast.
Yep.
Of the Roman Empire.
Yep.
You know, like ancient Rome, how they would say, do as the Romans would do.
Yep. When they wrong, do as the Romans do.
Yeah.
Because there ain't nothing but Edomites walking around. And Edomites they're natural rebels. Esau's a natural rebel of the Most High. Going back to the garden, thou shalt not surely die.
Yeah.
Everybody got that one sibling. They go back to the obedient siblings, like, you're not gonna really get in trouble. He ain't gonna take your video game. So that's all you are. You a badass child, but you came into power.
That's
all right?
it, bro.
Through the Grecians, through the Romans, and you spread that rebellion under the guise of freedom, liberty, democracy.
Yes. Yeah, that's witchcraft.
And look at the results. We ain't gotta, when you argue, what's the point of going back and forth debating? Just look at the results.
Yeah.
Look at the average human. Fat, tattoos, all type of diseases.
No morals.
No morals.
Nihilistic.
A fucking demon.
That's it.
The average American or the average Westerner is a demon.
Right.
You know? And they have many gods. They worship money.
Right.
They worship sex.
Right.
They worship blood. They worship, I'm sorry, brother. Self. They worship self.
Women.
And you know what you know what? They worship sensation. Just on top of what you said, they're sensationalists. The average American, they idolize sensation. Whether it's music, whether it's food, whether it's sex, whether it's subscribers. Because they don't mean you give people subscribers to. But the average Westerner, they're a sensationalist, and sensationalism goes back to Rome.
Yeah.
That's another sect of people in their little cult, man.
Yeah, and just to break it down on a spiritual sense is what really a desires or craving of the flesh.
Yeah, basically.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is condemned in the so-called New Testament is what? They that live after the flesh.
Yeah.
And you look up that word flesh, and for edification of the brother, but if you look at that Bible flesh, you can just keep bringing it out. Because it goes to that beastly nature of man.
Right.
Yep.
And that's what the Romans were.
Yeah.
They were beastly. They were beastly, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's heavy as a coin because what you're going into, it makes you meditate. The New Testament was really meant for Babylon the Great.
Yep.
That was really meant for this time now.
Yep.
You know, because it goes beyond just, you know, the 613. Like it goes deeper.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because you can keep the laws in Babylon and still fall victim to your vices because it's so readily available, man. Because Babylon the Great, they exalt and they amplify sensation, the things that arouse the flesh, man.
That's right.
And if you're not careful, even if you're in the truth, you can fall victim to that shit, man.
Hey, obey your thirst.
Or obey your thirst, man. You know?
You gotta talk to me.
The flesh, yeah, come.
Hey, read the scripture. First Peter 2:11.
This First Peter.
First Peter 2:11.
This book of 1 Peter 2:11. And it says, Dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts which war against the soul.
Abstain means what? Have self-control. Be sober-minded. Have a clear head. Right? Use this world and don't abuse it. When you abuse something, you become a fucking addict. Right?
Yeah, and enslaved to it.
And a slave to. Right?
And now the king got you.
That's it.
If you are a slave to the king's meats, you're a slave to the king.
Yeah. Because
Nope.
he has your mind.
He has your mind. If you a slave to women, because he basically put women in your face butt naked.
Yeah.
And you know, you can look at women on the internet literally all day.
Yeah.
And chase women literally all day.
Yeah.
You could be a gluttoner all day as long as you got the money.
Yeah.
You know, you could be addicted to food, which is blood. You can be addicted to all things that arouse the flesh all day, and the king got you.
In the skies of the golden corral.
Buffet.
Buffet.
Which really, we look at the word buffet, and it really goes back to like a refreshment.
Right.
If you look at the word buffet and the etymology, really a buffet is like a refreshment table. So you're at the marketplace and it's a little refreshment table. It's a little energy and you
That's
can
it.
go out.
That's it.
Just like the restaurant goes into restore.
Store.
Then
Then
now you got Golden Corral restaurant.
Right. And then diet. Diet means how you regulate your life.
yeah.
You know?
And it's heavy just to make a little insert. A lot of the food that the Most High created, you don't even need a whole lot of it.
No, you don't.
You
But
know?
hey, Elder, Esau knows that. That's why when you go to these upscale restaurants, you pay a lot of money for it, but you get what? Portions. Small portions. You get one entree, 2 sides.
You know, I've been, somebody's gonna say something. I've been like eating like little seeds and fruit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I noticed I can't even eat a full plate after that. Like, you know, you eat from the earth, you eat the nuts and the seeds, which are really like refreshments. You know, then you turn around and eat a full meal, it's like, damn, I can only eat half for this.
That's it.
Because you put those, because the Most High deals with minerals and,
Yeah.
and nutrients.
Yeah.
Once you put those proper nutrients, you don't have to savagely eat. It's going to sustain you. All that binge eating really comes from like mineral deficiencies, man.
Then your stomach shrinks too.
Yep.
That's the reason why when you go on a diet such as that, and then when you start eating more while and out like 2 or 3 weeks later, you be super full. Why? Because your diet, it's like your stomach has adjusted to the previous style of eating.
That's why, hey, like the Zaquan said, man, all right, them real quality food, like the Esau serve you at, it's a small portion.
That's it, bro.
You know? Yep. There's no quality in there's no integrity in mass production,
No.
and there's no quality in mass production. You know? You got it, brother.
This is essentially from First Peter 2, 2 and 11.
Strong's G 4559. Sarkikos. Sarkikos.
We were sasaka. Definition 1, fleshly, carnal. Keep going.
Hey, having the nature of flesh under the control of the animal appetites.
And the animal appetite. Having the nature of flesh under the control of the animal appetite. Because if you take the laws, that is the commandments, from us, we're basically brute beasts.
Yeah, that's what Winston said in John Wick. You know, the one guy that was he was over the safe area. He's the name of it right now. But yeah, but basically, you take the laws away from man, we're like animals.
And that's why, to back up the Zaquan, when you go to Genesis, the 2nd chapter, that's how Adam became a living soul. Because he received the law, statutes, and the commandments, meaning what? He was spiritually civilized.
Yeah, because the other nations, they're already classified as beasts.
Right.
You know, we saw it there in the card, you know, speaking about the serpent, how the serpent, he was more subtle than any beast of the field.
Yeah.
I mean, out of all the nations, he was the most cunning when it came to deception, yet most crafty. When it came to, you know, deception, witchcraft.
Yeah.
But, you know, but they're lawless too. They weren't given the law, statutes, commandments, which classifies them as beasts, and him is a beast.
Yeah.
You know?
Going back to the blue letter definition for an animal's appetite are the small hats. That's who really control this society.
Yeah.
It's authorized by Yahweh Shah. What they classify the masses as. Goyim.
Yeah.
Cattle.
Cattle.
Yeah.
You know?
And those are the top warlocks and witches on earth. Amalek,
Amalek.
you know?
And then Yahweh Shah classifies us as sheep, which is a form of cattle.
But you got the good shepherd. Yahweh Shah is the good shepherd.
And Amalek is what?
They the hireling.
The bad
By
sheep.
the good shepherd, as we,
Right.
and by the good shepherd, Yahweh Shah, and we being a good sheep, he leading us to those green pastures, right?
Yep, that's right.
We're going to the truth. You know?
And one thing you do with your goyim, you feed them slop. You know, you give them food to fatten them to their death. And what is that? It's like the entertainment here,
Yeah.
man.
You give them enough to survive to keep
Yeah.
your kingdom
It's
going.
like they did in the transatlantic slave trade.
Yep.
Yep.
This is so cool to be a school.
Yeah, man. Hey, is they on there, brother? How's one? Okay, I got something for you. I got two really. But I get to Nahum first, then I'll jump to Revelation. All right, the book of Nahum, chapter 3, verse 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft.
America. Meaning what? She's in that top position, man. She leads these other nations into witchcraft.
Yeah, and it's mistress, the feminine way of master.
That's it.
Feminine way to say master.
So America is the master when it comes to dealing in wickedness. That's why when you go to the book of Jeremiah, it talks about how, get that, the golden cup in his hand? Like a
Come. You know, we portion it, bro.
Okay, come.
If I can say something real quick,
Yeah,
too,
go
bro,
ahead, Elder, go ahead.
which is also why America has to be destroyed. 'Cause this place is classified as Babylon the Great,
Right,
the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. The mother referring to source.
right.
This is the source of the witchcraft. So
Right.
that's why the Lord got to manually destroy this place.
That's why America grooms these other nations.
You think about what a mother has, like breasts. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So, you know, the
Nurture.
nations, they get,
yeah, they're nurtured.
And it's Jeremiah 51:7.
Right.
Babylon had been a golden cup.
Modern day America, golden cup. Gold means what? That top position. A cup means what? America's portion in its leadership, engineered by the Most High to lead these other nations into witchcraft.
Well, I think everyone also goes into like that impact,
Mm.
like influence.
Yeah.
You know?
So America is influential.
Why I said how the nations they were deceived by the wine and the wrath of fornication.
Right.
That's why everybody want to come over. Different nations
They
wanna come
used
over.
to.
Used to.
Well, they good.
Yeah.
That's why he now slide. That's why now he don't keep it home. That's why now he don't keep it home. You know what I'm saying? He moving all over the globe, pushing his diplomacy and everything to get everybody else caught up in this wicked web that he have amongst Babylon, man.
That's right. That's right.
Yep. Back in Jeremiah 51:7, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken.
Right. So America has seduced these other nations.
Let's get the word drunken in the Hebrew.
Hey, this is all about influence, and I keep thinking about that movie, The Last Samurai. When one of the samurai was like, "You would not go a whoring after the West."
Right.
You know, that was a heavy statement because you rarely hear about America from an Eastern perspective. You know, we're in America, so we rarely hear about America in third person.
And it's crazy because this is the Eastern perspective
Yeah,
ultimately.
when you read about the judgment of America, it's talking about it from an Eastern standpoint. So the lifestyle that's a norm for us is really looked at as whoredom and wickedness according to the Bible, man.
Who was that Wolverine movie? You know, the one guy, he kept asking the one woman how much, because how she was dressed.
Yeah, she was an American woman dressed like American clothing, but from the Eastern perspective, she's selling pussy. Just by default, man. You know?
So we go to the word drunken, Jeremiah 51:7. It goes into Shakar. It says to be or become drunk or drunken, be intoxicated.
Be intoxicated with what? The philosophies, man.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, like they say, that's a new age little term. He's toxic, she's toxic.
What Dave Chappelle say when he was Samuel Jackson? Get you drunk.
Yep.
America, get you drunk.
Because in the way you know it's talking about a philosophy, what does it say in Isaiah? They are drunken, but not with wine.
Yeah.
Showing you that, scripturally speaking, in the mindset of the East, when it says somebody is drunken, it's talking about spiritual
That's
drunken,
it,
man.
bro.
You know?
Yeah, because your mind is, your spirit is not clear enough to make spiritual decisions.
Yep.
That one song, that girl is poison.
Yeah. That's the big bird of the smile.
You don't supposed to learn the way of the heathen, man.
Yep.
According to the scriptures, man, because say what their customs are vain.
Yep.
So I mean, if you find the way of this world, man, the way these devils do it, man, then you're going completely against the scriptures, man. You know, we don't supposed to be celebrating these pagan holidays, man. You know, we'll have our own high holy days that's unheard of. According to our people, they don't talk about it, they don't celebrate it, unless you know what I'm saying you talking about the brothers in the truth. But other than that, man, they getting laced up ready already now for Christmas, Thanksgiving, you know, their birthday for a week.
You know the irony though? Because holidays go back to holy days.
Right.
Our holy days really is all about us triumphing over our enemies, man.
Yep.
You know, but Jake don't like that. But then when you research, when you research Esau Edom's holidays, really it's the same thing with him. It's about him triumphing over us, man. You know? But yeah, stand to the point. All right, going back to Nahum 3 and 4 again, and then Revelation. It says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations.
Hey, well-favored harlot, because the whole world didn't go following after China within the 20th century, 21st century.
Yeah.
The whole world didn't go following after East Indians
Right.
within the 20th century. But the whole world went literally following after America. That's what you have to call it, immigration.
The pagan Roman held control over the whole world.
Yep, that's right.
You know?
That's right.
Yeah. And what exact era was it when it was pretty much like the common thing of the world, like to come to America, like around the 50s?
Yeah,
So,
1950s.
because everybody was saying like, well, pretty much America, the land of milk and honey, like the streets paved with gold.
And yep. And I want to say even like the late 1800s.
Yeah.
New York, like that portal, because because like that whole East Coast area, because a lot of immigrants came in through the East
Yeah,
Coast.
but that's when it started.
And the first thing they saw was the Statue of Liberty.
That's it.
Because you have a lot of Edomites that say, well, I'm not really Caucasian. My grandparents are immigrants from Germany or some shit. But it was going back to the scriptures where everybody was making an effort to come to the ports of America, man.
You know what proved that? You know, Godfather.
Yep.
Remember the first
So,
one?
yep.
Other nations kept trying to come over here and
Time,
immigrate.
bro. Yep. Damn.
That's where do you think Italians come from? The Sicilians come from, and the Irish come from. They were immigrants coming here.
Yeah.
That was like based in like the 1920s. You know,
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
But you got all these different boroughs of people. Like, it ain't by coincidence. This that melting pot.
Yep. This what's it called the mingled people.
Yep. That's it. That sell of nations through her whoredoms.
But what does it mean, sell of nations, man? You basically you buy them over through your philosophies, through that seductive. That's why the scripture says, beauty is vain, favor is deceitful. All right, and it says, stumble not at the beauty of a woman, desire not for pleasure. Like, cause how did America? She promoted herself, man, as the land of the free. People thought it was streets paved with gold. They thought it was a land of milk and honey. All right, but how she promoted herself. You know how you go, women go on social media, they get them filters, and they sell. They basically sell buy over men.
That's witchcraft.
This witchcraft, man. America had filters, and she was attracting different nations, man.
And basically to devour souls.
Yep.
Like, 'cause it's like pretty much the nation sold out. Like, you know, they passed away their own customs. Let's stick to the point. It says, and families through her witchcrafts.
Yep. And families through a witchcraft.
Physical slavery.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we know what those witchcrafts are now. Christianity, democracy, you know, basically Western thought. Because Westernization goes back to that Hellenization, which ultimately goes back to Satanism.
Image of the beast.
Yep, do as thou wilt. All right?
Revelation 18 and 13. And cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men.
Hey, you got me, bro. Hey, no, that's the spirit.
This is book of dude, bro. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 10. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth.
That's the transatlantic slave trade, man. You know, you can't make it up. And it shows you really everyone was involved. All nations were involved, man. That's called the transatlantic or triangular trade but really it was worldwide, man. And that's some hidden history. But it says they made merry and they sent gifts one to another. We were the gifts. You know? Being sent off, man, back and forth. You know, auction blocks. You know, it was us. We were the cargo, human cargo, man.
Right. And
You know,
built the city.
we built this city. But so slaves and souls of men is also literal. You can apply it in the spirit, you know, because Babylon has our people's minds. Like what Morpheus say? Neo, the Matrix has you. Well, you know, the Matrix got our people. You know, this system. You know, because it's like it's a simulation in a way, man. But it's real. That's the thing about it. It's real. This place got our people's minds, man. But, you know, through the spirit of the Lord, man, Yahweh Shah has a solution. And that solution is America being destroyed, man, which is in the same chapter the bro was reading from, man. You know, in Revelation 18. You know, you guys.
This book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 10. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry and shall sing
So
gifts.
they're happy. Get that out of Lamentations, Alas. For this is the day we're looking for. Yeah, get that, brother.
And shall sing gifts one to another.
All right, so we were the gifts, right? This is how America became a conglomerate, a major empire. Go ahead, bro.
Because these two prophets
Okay, now, this is a representation of what? The northern and the southern kingdom. Go ahead.
tormented them that dwelt on the earth.
He gave them hell, right? Under the rulership of who? King David, right? Now, get Deuteronomy. Go ahead, my bad. All right, now get the Lamentations.
All right, Lamentations 2 and 15.
Right.
All that pass by clap their hands at thee.
Right, meaning what? They're happy. They're excited. Why? Because we're at the bottom and now they're at the top. Right? See, these other nations are joint heirs with Esau. Right? Going into the prophecy in the book of Lazarus, how these dogs came and licked the wounds, right, of Lazarus. Right? Which what? They benefit of the curses. Yeah? Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel 36 and 2. Thus said the Lord, power because the enemy has said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours to possession.
Right, so who's the major up? Esau, the ancient high places. And you can really equate what? The world in that concept. Right?
Yeah.
And they have our headquarters, which is the land of Israel.
Yeah, because that's the ancient high places. They happy they got our land.
That's right.
It's going back to what's that? The Balfour Declaration.
That's it.
Took our land,
That's
man.
it.
You know.
That's
So for aha, it goes to Hayakah, and it says imitating a joy.
right. This is the joy. They're on top now. Going into what? That hidden agenda, Psalms, the 83rd chapter. Right?
It says glorifying over an enemy's misfortune.
Right, so over our misfortune. Why? Because we broke the laws, the statutes, and the commandments, and therefore they are in the time of reaping within Esau's rulership. Right? Go ahead. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Back in Lamentations 2 and 15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee.
Right.
They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem.
Right.
Saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty?
And this is what these heathens been waiting on. Their biggest moment ever. Right? Go ahead.
The joy of the whole earth.
Right. And we are the joy of the entire earth. And wait till we regain rulership with our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shah. Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 16, starting at verse
You got something?
19. There was a certain rich man. No, it's not. It's 20.
All right, so you go ahead and finish that up.
Okay, verse 16, back in Lamentations, the 2nd chapter.
Right.
All thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee.
Right.
They hiss and gnash their teeth.
Right.
They say, we'll swallow her up. Certainly this is the day that we look for.
Right. This is the day. Right. And guess what? This is our last time being in captivity ever. Right. That's it.
So it says, thy pleasure is accomplished.
Yeah.
The daughter of Jerusalem.
And get Lamentations 4:21. Go ahead.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 16, starting at verse 20. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus.
Now, Lazarus is a representation of the rich man, right? Salakia. Lazarus is a representation of the nation of Israel. Say it, man. You saw what?
You know, the poor nation not deserving.
That's right, bro. They're being afflicted, right? The scum, the so-called scum of the earth. So again, Lazarus is a representation of the nation of Israel. Go ahead.
Which was laid at his gate full of swords and desiring to be fed.
So the swords is a representation of what? These curses spoken of in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, starting at the 15th verse all the way to 68. Go ahead.
To be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table.
Meaning what? Going and slaving for Esau to receive their day's bread. Right? Go ahead.
Moreover, the dogs came and licked the swords.
These other nations came and licked our swords, meaning what? A benefit of the curses, right? That's the reason why you have Chinatown, or not Chinatown, but Chinese restaurants in our neighborhoods. That's the reason why in our neighborhoods you got Elam running the gas stations, or Moab selling weed to our women.
Yeah, African braided chicken wings.
Yeah, some breezy ass shit. I ain't never like that shit. Go ahead, bro.
7-Eleven, Baskin Robbins.
Yeah, shit been out all day. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Isaiah 26, it says, from the sole of the foot even to the head, there's no soundness in it but wounds.
Hey, read that again, bro.
Isaiah 1:6,
Right.
from the sole of the foot even unto the head.
So from Judah all the way down to Issachar, right? Which includes all the 12 tribes. Go ahead.
There is no soundness in it.
Meaning what? They don't have the spirit, right? That's why they make carnal decisions.
This knowledge, wisdom, understanding what makes us perfect with the spirit.
That's it.
Or what makes us complete and
Okay.
whole.
That's it.
This is our spiritual whole foods.
That's
you know?
it.
And it says,
They
there's,
spiritual whole food. Hey, so eat your whole shot. Go
it
ahead.
says there's no soundness in it but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores.
Meaning what? These curses. The activation of these curses, man. Right? Because at this time frame, they're still bleeding. But the hemorrhaging or the blood is not coming out so bad. Why? Because we're at the end of Esau's captivity. So literally, Yahweh, through Yahushua, is placing band-aids on our swords.
What did Yahushua say in Malachi the 4th chapter? He's going to come back with healing in his wings.
That's right. That's right.
So he's going to heal us very soon.
That's right.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
Right, so at this time frame, we can associate this scripture with who? Esau Edom. And that shows the power of the Most High because he took the bases of men and made them a king or kings. Right? They're the blessed ones within their kingdom. So don't get upset when Esau is doing his thing. He's supposed to. It's his rulership. Yeah, it be not your oppressor, man. So he's supposed to be able to just thrive and have the biggest houses and drive the baddest cars and have the coldest women. Why? He's within his blessing. That's his portion. And that would make the Most High unfair if he didn't do that. But guess what? Look how Jake still thrive in Esau's rulership. Although they sell out, you know what I'm saying? But you still can't outrun the curses.
Like Boosie got pulled over in what, Georgia?
Yeah. What he said, man, he was hurt. I'm moving to Georgia to live.
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high,
Right.
and thou shalt come down very low.
Right, so meaning what? We came down very low, meaning what? As slaves, right? As slaves. Why? Because we committed spiritual fornication, man. And that's one of the curses, which is going to indignation the righteous anger of Yahweh Hashem Al-Shah. All right, we agreed to do this. Since you broke that agreement, I'm hitting your hand, such as slavery, such as your woman hating you, such as your kids despising you. Right? Go ahead.
And thou shalt come down very low.
Right.
He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
Through this credit-based system, right? Through this credit-based system. Hey, you have to go to Esau for everything, right?
Can I say something? Hey, it's heavy you said the credit-based system, because even before then, right after slavery, they had what? Sharecropping. What was sharecropping? It was, you do the exact same thing you did in slavery, but I'm gonna lend you my land.
Right.
I'm gonna lend you my mural
Right.
and my tools. Then by the end of the season, when it's time for me to pay you, well, I gotta charge you because I lended you my land.
That's it.
And then I'm gonna tax you on that to the point where you're a debt slave.
That's
That's
right.
basically still going on.
That's right.
Yeah, it's exactly.
They subdivisions.
Yep,
You know,
yep.
yeah, man. Go ahead, Apostle. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, cause I'm sorry, brother. Me and you watched that movie together. It was based in Mississippi. It was about 5 years ago that we watched it. And they had Mary J. Blige as like a mother or something.
Oh yeah.
In that Netflix movie. But I think there was sharecropping on Edomite's land. And that was like 20th century America.
Something mud.
Mississippi mud.
No, it's mud. Though they Mississippi mud. I know what you're talking about though.
I think it was in Greenville, Mississippi, or something like that. But that actually happened. Because a lot of Jay that got out of slavery and they skill was sharecropping.
Yeah.
But since you free now you can borrow my land.
Right.
And mudbound for
Yeah.
water. You can borrow my land, but when it's time for me to pay you, I gotta charge you for everything that you use to those my property.
Fuck you, pay me.
Yep.
Fuck you, pay me, man.
Yeah.
That's some good fellas, man. You know?
He shall be the head, and
Right.
thou shalt be the tail.
So he shall be in control, right? And you're going to be at the bottom, which is going into what? Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, right?
Back in the book of Luke.
It's like, can I
Go
build,
ahead,
bro?
please.
You know, just to add on to what the brother's saying, this proves that we got to be Lazarus in the parable the brother reading on,
That's it.
because Lazarus, that's another way of saying Eliezer, which in the Hebrew is Allah Izar, which means he whom God will help. You Edomites don't fucking need help, man. You got everything. We need help.
So why will your house shall come and save you? And you're
Yeah.
already saved.
Yep.
Referring to your kingdom. They're
Yeah.
already saved, bro.
Yeah, and also, because the gospel is spiritual, the Lord literally raised up a man by the name of Lazarus.
Yeah.
That represented us,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
He, the awakening of the resurrection of the 12 tribes, man.
I got a quick one for what you just said. Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for the day is great, so that none is like
Hey,
it.
this is talking about Jacob's trouble, man.
Yep.
Jacob fucking trouble. And that's literal. Go ahead.
It is even the
Yeah.
it is even the time of Jacob's trouble. But
Hey, and also, when you analyze trouble in the Hebrew, it's straight. S-T-R-A-I-T. Meaning what? The Most High is going to use Esau in different situations, and he's going to put us in a straitjacket. And only the Most High is going to be able to get us out. Because if a person puts you in a straitjacket, your hands is like this. They zip it up, or they tie it up from the back. So the Most High is going to put us in it. The Most High is going to take us out of it.
One way in, one way out.
One way in, one way out. And that's why Jacob's trouble going into strait, which also means a position of difficulty. Man.
And this is what I'm about to read is about to go right into that name you just broke down. It says, it is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he should be saved out of it.
Hey, the elect shall be saved. Now you got to give me 2nd Ezra 16 chapter.
Man, brother.
You got to jump to 2nd Ezra 16.
2/3 ain't gonna be saved out of it.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
Jake about to get fucked up. Especially you women. You women, man, you Israelite women, primarily the black women. Me and the brother were talking in the car, man. Y'all in the sunken place. That movie, y'all seen that? Remember that movie, Get Out?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They in the sunken place, man. They in the sunken back there. They also gone. It's a detached from reality. All that gotta happen is the damn lights gotta go out. A blackout, and that's automatic reality. You know, guess what? You can have all kind of food stacked in your freezer.
Yeah.
But once the lights go out, the power grid, they kill the power grid. What's gonna happen? All your food, all that shit gonna go bad. And then you ain't gonna be able to cook it. Okay? And then when the grid goes out, the water system gets contaminated. So you ain't gonna be able to drink the tap water. You probably might not be able to drink the tap water in your refrigerator, in your sink.
Yeah.
That's why people stacking waters up. That's the only thing you can do. But in your ass, that's when the wilderness skills come in. You know how to camp out. You know how to maybe put some shit on the grill and cook it up. But most of the people don't know how to do that. All they know is this bullshit. It's technology and shit.
Right.
Yeah, phones. They walk the street, man. They look at this, man. So what's gonna fucking happen, man? It's gonna be bad, Jacob. Man, Esau, man. They think Esau fucking with them now. when the cops are rolling up on Jake all over the country, harassing him, fucking with him, that's nothing compared to what they're gonna really do.
Good point. Russell made, Kevin Samuels, he had like a little video he went into. He talking to a nigga woman who asking her if a society collapses, there's no running water. She said she went to the water from die. I said like this.
She said see, Kevin Samuels, the Lord used him to show you, and he would always say, he looked at the camera when a woman, they say he was putting women down. No, he wasn't. He was just letting them. He was just pretty much giving them a platform to show how retarded they are. Right. Okay, you dumb bitch. Don't you know that you can't drink that? That's salt water.
Right. It's gonna dehydrate.
Brother, you're gonna drop dead.
That's it. That's it.
But dude, see, when I was growing up, like even the women back then had some form of sense. Remember these new GMO baby. Yo, don't walk in the street. Why not? You're gonna get hit by a car. Like they on my level, they don't like, bro. They gone. Well, Kevin Samuels showed you just how gone and retarded these women are.
Because them type of women are died off. Like if you're like 40, 50, 60 years old, hey, that generation is gone.
Yeah.
You know?
It was one of these survival shows, man, and the women was complaining with the men, so they separated. And they had the women doing their thing and the men doing their thing. The men was able to get a fire going that started, you know what I'm saying, kept it going, they purified their water. The women, man, most of them had to get airlifted out of there from dehydration, man. You know, because they didn't know what the hell they was doing.
But all these black, all these psychotic, feminist black, that's a demon. See, and then when everything shuts down and there's no power, no running water, all these women, like this one psychotic black bitch that, it wasn't Kevin Samuels, it was this other dude that's down with Kevin Samuels, the light-skinned dude, he got a beard, young-looking dude, he put up a video of this one psychotic black bitch, you know, a Foxy Brown-looking type bitch, you know, and she was, brother, they are really sick and demonic in the head. She made the argument that men don't, look, women, that's what we did, we don't need you men, okay, yeah. You're looking at an animal species, you have all you need for us to procreate. Right. Women, we do this, we do that. Like, they believe like lesbian, feminist, psychotic. But then when the lights go out, that perm, that wig, that weave, gonna come out like all those cosmetics that it takes for these women on Kevin Samuels show. He said, what is it, 1 to 10, what do you rate? I'm some fat bitch, or even a skinny bitch. How the fuck are you a fucking, how the hell are you a 10, right? And then some of them will say, well, I consider myself, I'll say I'm a 6. But once I hook myself up, I'm a 6 or a 7. But you gotta hook yourself up to have the appearance of being a 6 or a 7. You know what I mean? But like he said, a woman that's a beautiful woman don't gotta go eat none of that shit. A 10 is natural. You see what I'm saying? A 10 is natural. But it shows you the psychotic demented, the delusional behavior. It'll be the hug and kiss later. Shalom. Shalom. But the hug and kiss later. We have to work. We need the battlefield out here, man. Stay focused. Alright? We go there hugging and kissing later. Right. And this is us, so to speak. Shalom. But go ahead, man.
This is Proverbs 12 and 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seducing him.
That's what we're talking about, man. How gone Jake is. And then, like I said, you got this this whole nation of goddamn feminist women raising these so-called young boys, and that's why we got these little bugged out, weak-ass GMO baby men. You know, they're totally doing that. And once Esau killed them power grids and shit, they're gonna do that again. Because they said it, the woman, they said once the lights go out again, that's it, man. That movie that we was watching a few weeks ago out in Texas, Blackout, I thought it was a real shit, but I mean, that happened in New York a few years back. The lights went out, and women, there was no feminist, all that talk, all that proudness, man. Because you ain't gonna be able to go get your nails done. You ain't gonna be able to wear them fucking umbrellas in your eyes. All the cosmetics, Walgreens, like all the cosmetics that it take for them to even look semi somewhat, but some of them, even with all that crap on them, they still look like Satan. You know what I mean? It's true, man. What are they gonna fucking do, man? All the Taco Bueno and KFC and Popeyes gonna be, all them joints gonna be closed. All the men civilized the world and domesticated the world so that these stupid hoes could live comfortable, so they could talk shit. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Okay, 2 points. Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, you women that are at ease.
That's right.
Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. And you careless daughters, but men created a world in which you could be careless.
What? Yeah, careless, yeah.
Yeah, because you can't be careless outside the power grid.
Listen, you can't be a feminist in the middle of the fucking woods.
That's right. That's right.
All them feminist bitches, those are all city bitches.
Yep.
You notice, if you do have certain women that are kind of realistic women, that are kind of rugged, those are women that live out in the country.
Yep, that's right.
All them feminist bitches, I take you up to fucking hell. I take you up to upstate New York. There's still mountainous regions. I take them to Pennsylvania. Okay? I take you to fucking up in the mountains of Pennsylvania. You're gonna freak the fuck out. You understand what I'm saying? I take you out to the Everglades in Florida. What you gonna do? You're gonna get eaten by a fucking alligator. Right? You know what I mean? I take you out somewhere where there's no, what you call these, street lights.
Yep.
When the lights go out, the lights go out. Meaning when the sun goes down. There's no stores, ain't no corner store. Okay, ain't nobody out there selling weed. You know, your drugs, your intoxicants that you need. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I gotta buy some weed. Ain't no weed, man. House you can run to a couple of blocks up. Right? You know what I mean? Right. It's just you and whatever creatures are out in that fucking forest. See what I'm saying? If a bear come upon you, what you gonna do? There's other things than bears out there. You know? Snakes, wolves, coyotes. You know what I mean?
You like cockroaches.
Yeah.
They freak out when they see bugs.
You know, raccoons, which are not bats. So what kind of creatures out there? What the fuck you gonna do, man? A fucking raccoon come out, man, and decide to prance upon you. You out in his turf. Look at that, man.
You know that they got YouTube clips on there with a raccoon get in a frenzy. It ain't nothing nice.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna read that again about the shot.
Yeah, man, I saw a giant raccoon one time today.
Oh yeah. Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech.
Yeah, man, it was up in Connecticut. Me and my ex-woman, it was in the city, and he was out during the day. So I tell you, he probably was at rabies or something.
Yeah.
This motherfucker was a huge, he was up in the tree. He looked like a bear cub.
Yeah.
But it was a raccoon. Mutant freak, man. And then looked like a bear cub, man. He's up in the damn tree. I said, hey, let's just go inside, man. A woman.
Then you in their territory when you're in the woods.
No, but no, it wasn't even in the woods. A lot of these creatures are going to be coming out to the cities now. Bears are rolling up in people's houses right up in New Jersey and up in the Northeast, up in New Jersey, certain so-called, what you call it, the suburbs.
Yep.
Fucking bears are just rolling out in people's houses now. Looking for food, trash, and shit.
Verse 10.
Okay, let me read yours.
All right, Isaiah 32.
Look at this. Don't say nothing. Just look.
Isaiah 32:10.
But they think they can get a high value man. Something like that. I can get a man making 6 figures. That's what my man Sandy was telling me. They through. Look at them. They through. Go ahead, bro.
Many days and
Brothers
years.
avoid shit like that. I hope to God none of y'all ain't dealing with no things that look like that. Well, man, look to make some adjustments. Come on, man, you gotta think highly of yourself. You should be better. Shit. Go ahead, man.
Isaiah 32:10. Many days and years.
Yeah, read.
Many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail.
See, I'm saying they walking that fat, nasty ass. Like you man Kevin saying, this is for the big girls.
Yeah.
Taco Bueno, KFC, Burger, the one video he did for the big girls. Popeyes.
And where it says the
That
vintage
crazy
shall fail.
dance, he had demons on him. It was true, man. Yeah.
It said, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come.
Popeyes.
Like the EBT, you know, different agencies for women to get like money and food and grants. You know, like the $500, $600, $700 EBT food stamp cards. The vintage shall fail.
All that shit.
Yeah.
They're gonna cut Section 8.
Yep.
They're gonna cut the food stamps. They're gonna cut child support too.
Yep.
Oh, they're gonna stop that too.
Yep.
Watch. They're gonna tell you, no, you ain't getting no more child support, bitch. Now, that's the one I can't wait for, boy. You know what I'm saying? That child support shit is, these wicked, primarily black women have used that to totally try to destroy Jake, her and Esau. I don't give a fuck. If you ain't got a job, you better get one. Or if you have a job, working, well, you better get another job. Nigga, get 2 jobs then, nigga. So you working just to pay some fucking things like that. The things we're looking at to pay something like that, so she can stuff her fucking fat face and get come on brothers and weave and shit. You paying for that. You know what I'm saying? But that's why, hey man, you gotta be careful where you put your rod, you put your seat. I'm telling you, man, you never know. Be careful where you put your seat. You don't know what's going through. And then the kids who shit more weirdo bug out. You know what I'm saying? You know, to a point, you don't want nothing to do with your own kid. Yeah, man. Why not? Because really, if you have a kid and the kid is a little monster, according to the scriptures, you're supposed to put him to death or her. You're supposed to kill their ass.
Stone them.
Yeah. Yeah. Take a nice stone and crack their skull wide open. It's okay. You can have another one. You know? You got a kid. Remember, Bill Cosby was I'm your father. I brought you in this world. I'll take you out. If you have a reprobate child, they're supposed to be put to death. Okay? And then you just start all over again. You know what I mean? But that's going to happen, man.
Yep, Second Ezra, chapter 16, and starting at verse 33, it says, the virgins shall mourn having no bridegroom.
Yeah, I like that scripture.
It says, the woman shall mourn having no husbands, their daughters shall mourn having no husbands.
What the fuck is all that for? Spiritual.
Yeah.
See, all that stupid shit like that, this psychotic behavior, people can just get away with here in America, and they can just get away with their behavior because there's no consequence. Now if the cop would have seen them, and the cop would have followed them and got them, pulled them over, fucked them up, and like, oh, y'all, look, see what they doing? Yeah, brother, it's yours.
Salaki, again, it says, 2 Ezra 16 and verse 32, Salaki, verse 33, the virgins shall mourn having no bridegrooms, women shall mourn having no husbands, their daughters shall mourn having no helpers. Yeah, we're going taking away the teachers. You know, the vintage failing. Because who really capitalized off of Esau's goddamn triumph, man? It was really Eve. You know, that's who was thrust into the forefront of his rebellion. Eve. That's the simple. Eve is the physical manifestation of the rebellion of Esau. When you really examine it. Because she's at the front lines of resistance. She's at the front lines of being out of order. There's nothing more than capturing the very essence of Esau's rebellion. Eve is the trophy for that nigga.
She embodies it.
Yeah, she embodies it. Yeah, she's the extension of that nigga's rebellion. You know, that's why the spirit be heavy on the apostle to call out that plague. You know, and I said apostle, said overall, you know, just the men who Yahweh Shema shall send forth. We got our target on Eve too. You're not gonna get away, man, because again, you is a replica of Esau bullshit, man. Like the apostle going into motherfucker Ryan by we about order. You want the cops to be. It's been plenty of times like, what the cops at, man? With some cops right here to foul this nigga, man. Romans 13. So you know. You know. Yeah. So yeah, America is The Lord got America in his sights, man, in his crosshairs. Because this motherfucker is a manifestation. This motherfucker represents rebellion and resistance. Yeah, yeah, we'll go around. Yeah, come on.
It's Proverbs 6:24. Basically going to what the apostle bring it out. You know, it says to keep thee from an evil woman. Like he was pointing across the street. It's like, brother, stay away from that type of energy, right? You know? Right.
And can I add to what brother just said? Like, overall, America is referred to as a woman, man. This is a matriarchal society, you know? From so you know what I would bring this out? It's like y'all. You know, if you pay attention, right? You ever go to the Middle East, you see pictures and shit of Saddam. Remember Ayatollah back in the day? They told the pictures. They was a symbol of masculine. But over here, right? You see, goddamn beauty supply. If you paying attention, it'd be a nigga woman on a big beauty supply billboard.
Yeah. Hey,
yeah, you got it.
Now, it's a new thing now. Seeing with Jake, you know, Jake man, they walking around with like the necklaces like a portrait of a woman.
Yeah. Oh my God, I ain't seen that yet.
Yeah, I've been seeing it lately.
Oh.
I think they got a little portrait of a woman, like a little thing, you know.
Oh. They made it for the taking, like.
Well, I mean, these niggas, man, these faggot, GMO, baby, weak ass, feminine dudes. But they were raised up by black women, so that's why they like that. See, but the white man did that on purpose. Back in the 70s, they started putting the black man out the house. Okay. All the shit Kevin Samuels said he really got from us. We've been talking about this for over 20 years. You know, they started the welfare program in the 70s. And, you know, they told the woman you could be independent. Even though you might not be fucking a rich bitch, you could be a poor bitch but still be independent. We'll give you welfare, we'll give you food stamps. But that nigga can't be in the house.
Those are war tactics.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just going
Hey, that's basically what the serpent did with Eve.
Yeah. 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 Get that nigga out the house. With the Section 8, you can't have a man living with you. Otherwise, they come and every so often to investigate whether you got a man living with you. And if they find out, you can lose your Section 8 or they'll cut your benefits. Or they'll make it where you got to start paying half the rent. Yeah. They'll penalize you if they find out you got a man living with you.
They showed that in the movie Claudine, didn't
Yeah,
they?
Claudine. I always bring that up. That's from the 70s. Because you brothers that are old enough, y'all remember that movie from the 70s. Yeah, they showed you that movie.
My baby mama dropped me off a child support, and they tried to force her to keep me on.
Yeah.
Just exactly saying what the apostle was saying. Like, well, if you take them off, you're gonna have to. Who's gonna take care of Medicaid? Who's gonna do this and do that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he got to go to the dentist. What if he gets sick?
Hey, the next verse right here. It says Proverbs 6:25. It says, "Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. For by, and it's the point, for by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. And the adulteress will hunt for the precious life, man. She wants everything you got. You have a job, you could be making 15, 16 an hour. You lucky if you're taking $100 home. Man.
Yeah, man. How you supposed to live?
Exactly.
How you supposed to pay your fucking bills and rent? They what they tell you in there? I don't care. I heard them tell them look dude in there. Yeah, but look, boy, go out and hit those streets. One of the motherfuckers cracker, the fucking cracker in there, right? So you telling this man go out and sell drugs? We don't care. But if he go out and sell drugs, you're gonna arrest him for selling drugs.
And that's why wisdom and experience is so important in these last days. You know, because the scripture says men have gone out of their wits for women, but in all actuality, the main woman that we should be chasing is this one right here. You know, but through trials and tribulations and life experiences in itself, you learn how to deal with women.
That's right.
You learn how to deal with one.
But we get out here, but Esau is the puppet man. When we get out here on these devils, we're gonna twist their heads around, and we're gonna take the nigga woman and twist her fucking head. You know, you open a bottle or something like a soda bottle. You know, no, not that. You know, like the twist cap soda bottle. Opening up the soda bottle. You know, just take out and just twist their fucking heads off like a bottle cap. Esau and the nigga woman. Two of them, man. Through the power of Yahweh, have a shot. They gotta pay.
All right, one more proverb.
They're gonna be decimated. You read Isaiah 32:9 earlier. You were breaking that down, right? After the history, you should go back to that. Yes. Go into, but let the brother finish and go back, being that we're talking about it.
All right, one more. Proverbs 7:4. The backing of a bond says to wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman, that they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger with flattery with her words. You know, like the brother say, this is our wife. This is our woman. This is the lady that we supposed to be trying to please. Instead of spending all your paycheck for one night to impress a chick, still don't get the number, still don't scope. Hey man, you cash it all in for this.
You dumb simp ass niggas, man. Dudes like the simp. They'll go to one of these fucking clubs or something out here tonight or tomorrow night, right? And
tomorrow morning.
Yeah, you got paid. You know you fucking probably working at fucking Wendy's or whatever, wherever you working, right? You might make $300 a week, right? Maybe, right? Okay, you get a little check, you know, so-called blue card, whatever you got to do. You know you only make $300 a week, but you'll go up in the bar and pop bottles. You will on your thirsty leech ass homeboys. Yeah, go there, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, give me some champagne, man. Give me back some champagne.
You man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. VIP. How much is VIP? VIP is 100. Ah, yeah, give me that VIP. Yeah, man. Give me 2 bottles, man. Give me them 2 bottles, man. And then you get the fucking thing, and you're sitting there. Yeah. Right? And then you're sitting in the VIP. You only got 2 bottles of champagne. And champagne go quick amongst shit up. 2 bottles of champagne, what did they get all? Maybe all of us a cup. Right? A cup and a half. All of us out here, 2 bottles of champagne. That'll barely serve all of us, right? 2 bottles. That'll barely serve all of us out here. Like I said, that with 2 bottles of champagne, all of us here, I know at least we all get 1 cup. If that. Maybe a cup and a drag. You know what I'm saying?
Make you mad,
right? Right or wrong?
Make you mad.
So niggas look at that. But they fake jewelry on, and then just some stupid hoes, looking at them. God, it's thirsty, greedy, thirsty bitches. And they'll come and drink the shit up, right? You still might not get no pussy because you broke. No one you gotta pay for
it. You take it out on your brother the next day. He didn't run. Yeah. This is exactly what you said about Proverbs 7:5. It says that they make 7:6. For at the window of my house, I look through my casement. Basically, through these spiritual binoculars that we have, the Lord put us in a position we can see the buffoonery that you dudes out here doing, man. 2/3 of it, right? So it says exactly what he said. And beheld among the simple ones, I discern among the youth a young man void of understanding. You know, and that's what happens, man. You know, it's like void of understanding basically is lacking the scriptures, man. You know, not being what's that movie with Will Smith, Hitch? How to get a woman, you know, that's what Jake wanted to turn.
Yeah, how to get a woman. Yeah. Man, fuck a woman, man.
What are you without this, man?
My dude, listen, I'm gonna say it again. I've said it in the past. First of all, man, if I want some pussy that bad, I just go buy it. There's nothing wrong with that. Like Apostle Paul says time and time again. Right? Yeah. So that's dangerous right there.
And I gotta say something, Apostle, because like the average man and woman will get offended at that statement. But in all actuality, when you get with a modern woman, that's really what you're doing, man. Like if you get with a modern woman, you paying for it anyway, man. That's why, you know, you got all these different platforms where, you know, Jake is starting to stand up now and pretty much reiterating the same thing, how traditional marriage is not meant for the modern woman, man. Because the modern woman has been debased to a harlot. All right, so y'all get offended at a statement where a man say he'll pay for it, but you do it anyway. And you come out on the shorter end of the stick, doing it long term, man. When she, after you up mentally, take all your money, and then leave you with nothing. You got it.
Amos 7:17. Therefore, thus said Yahweh, thy wife should be a harlot in the city. You know, so the modern woman is a harlot. Like you said, you might as well pay the short payment because it's like a cell phone. You ever like the Boost Mobile, T-Mobile phones? You can just pay it, and if you don't pay it, they just turn it off. But the AT&T phones come with contracts and shit, $120 a month. 2-year contracts. That's all the modern day situation is with a woman. Like an AT&T contract. Might as well get the T-Mobile $60 shit, man.
Yeah, or
Oh, prepaid, huh?
Prepaid. That's what I was looking for.
Hey, if you got it, if you got the money, go for it. Like there's no law saying the brother can't get expensive stuff if you can afford it. I mean, for us, in the truth, if a brother can afford to pay a $300 Jordans, then by all means, go for it. If you can afford it, hey, shit, you work. That's your money, hey man. You know, as long as you pay your tithes and do the right thing with your money, you can buy whatever the fuck you want.
But Jay said, it ain't tricking if you got it.
Yeah. If it's in your means, then you do so. But if you know you really can't afford it, why not just get a $80 pair of nice Nikes or something? Come on, man. There's a lot of nice. I mean, shit, $80 is expensive, really. But like you say, well, fuck it, man. These Nikes over here are like 85. Fuck it, I'll get these. Because if I get these, and they high, okay, you can find some nice shit. You go to the outlet, right? But nah, son, but then you broke. The brother, you broke, and then you gotta come ask some brothers for money. Shit like that. You gotta hit the kitty or whatever. You know what I mean? That's not cool, man. I mean, brothers are gonna help, but then but hey, man, you gotta use wisdom, man. Trying to be why for show. That's worldly. You know what I mean? But yeah, go ahead.
All right, just go back to Amos 7:17. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, thy wife should be a harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword. Like the brother Kazak was saying, the modern woman is basically a harlot. So that's why I brought that out. It's like it's taboo to say that you're a paper song. It's taboo now. But basically, the modern woman is a harlot. So you might as well get the some brothers going to the prepaid
Well,
thing.
see, like my man Samuel said, these modern women, they want to be modern. Lieutenant O'Hara on Star Trek, I'm a modern, I'm flying a spaceship. But when it comes to case in point, relationships, they want you to be a traditional old school man. Case in point, that bitch with the rockhead is waiting there. You get a bitch like her, you could tell by her walk, she's a modern woman. I'm independent, I can make my money. It's sass. But let's say you meet her, and okay, you get her number. And say, tell her, we're going to go out, let's go out. You take her in there. You better believe your ass better be, they said it. You better believe you paying. You tell her, well, look,
staring at you.
Oh, hell yeah, when the bill comes, yo, baby, we're going to go Dutch. She might hit you with the fucking, stab you with a fork.
There was a bitch who sued somebody over a bad date. Like, this place crazy, man. Y'all didn't see that? Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, bitch sued over a bad date. Like, bitch, they really, their head fucked up, man.
You the
they
man.
fucking dildo head.
Yeah. See, but that, when it comes to that, you're the man. That was the whole thing Sam was about. If you're a modern woman and we go out on a date, then won't you pay for that? So right, hey, won't you pay for the bill? You're a modern woman, you're making money, you're making money. Hey, baby, won't you pay for the date? I got the money to pay for it, but won't you pay for it? Remember, it's 50-50, modern, the old thing, all that. They want to throw all that in and go, no. When it comes to, oh, well, you're the man. Won't you? You're supposed to pay for the
Now
bill.
you want me to be a gentleman.
Yeah.
Now,
You see a stupid,
with all the independent shit.
you see a stupid bitch in a tire. Look, bitch, get out and jack that motherfucker up and change that tire.
Get them
Independent, right?
Yeah.
She independent
Okay,
shit.
no, you could, no, them old days are gone. Now they got AAA and all that,
Yeah.
But yo, the climate is gonna change. They're gonna call the cops. The cops ain't gonna come. Look, the cops are gonna start. The cops are gonna start raping. They doing you got cops out here pulling women over, raping them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Cops shit on that forensic files.
Yeah, I seen that.
See that one?
Yeah,
Yeah, he stalking that bitch, man.
yeah, yeah, man. Put it in death. He was trying to get
He
some,
was trying to get these actions.
and she fought. He pulled her over.
Yeah,
You know, in the SWAT car and everything.
All that, yeah.
He was already stalking her.
Yeah.
Because she would drive home that same night.
Right, that same route.
See, which once again, that's why this world's out of order. Your woman shouldn't, she worked in a bar. If everything was in order, your woman ain't gonna be out late at, look, any woman that's out late at night by herself and things happen to you, you get what you fucking deserve.
Give her liberty to get abroad.
Thank you. But then they'll say, well, something happened to you in the house. Yeah, but the more likelihood is gonna happen out in the street. If in your house, okay, you got weapons in your house, and you got your house and your windows and everything secured, you have a better chance if you just a stay-at-home person. Yeah, somebody get home and invade you, but then that's why, hey, you know, a woman, I'm saying, I believe that each woman, especially if you're a single woman, you should have a weapon in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Can I make a quick point?
Yes, sir.
No, just going back to the scriptures, Isaiah 32, where it says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease," and you mentioned single women who stay by themselves. The Most High set up a snare for the woman in the time of Jacob's trouble, because the worst thing to be in the times to come is really a single woman who stays by herself. That's the worst thing that you can really be, is a woman, you know.
But I'm gonna tell you something now. Now these hoes are looking for men. That's why they was calling him Kevin.
Yep.
I'm single, I'm fat. So it's a lot of single black women out here. But now they looking for men, because you know what? They got demons on them, but they ain't got that much demons on them. They kind of see the climate. They see what's happening out here. Shit is getting crazy. So they get nervous. They get a little nervous. They are getting a little something. Then what? With all that modern shit, you want a man to protect you. If you walking with a woman and some dude jump out with a gun, you expect that man, look, baby.
Yeah. They can throw you in that position.
You just gonna let him talk to me like that?
I'm the only man out here, and you got about 17 dudes over.
Oh, yeah,
You in this car, let's go.
Yeah, I did a video on that shit. Yeah.
So keep reading.
Now, I was gonna back you up.
Okay, yeah, I just read it right quick.
Yeah, that's that song, right? That I forget. I keep one of my favorite songs.
Isaiah 32:9.
What's that nigga name? There's someone for everyone.
Carl Thomas.
Carl Thomas.
Oh, okay.
No, not Carl Thomas. Dave Hollister. You know that song, that Dave Hollister song? It's been funny running into you. Yeah, getting that Dave Hollister. These niggas in that Dave Hollister spirit.
Lord, give us a little more time.
Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear to my speech. I know you said you gonna build on that. You can keep going.
Well, yeah. This basically the point when you was elaborating on. For their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud, ye arrogant women, to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness, you haughty women of the terrible. And back the brother up, verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
And let's go back. Let's go straight to the elect man, because the Most High is gonna give us a hedge, and so the women that are with us, they're gonna have a hedge. So ultimately, the elect man is gonna be, he's gonna be more precious than fine gold, man. And it's the build on this scripture you just brought out, Isaiah 32:2. And a man should be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
Should I say something?
Yep.
Basically, like you said, you know, the Israelite man of the elect, he's gonna have the hedge, you know, by Yahweh Shem Shai, so the man gonna be the hedge for the woman. So all that independent shit I can do bad by myself, we gonna see, bitch. But you gonna have to, you really gonna have to be out here defending yourself. And basically, and it ain't gonna end well. Even Esau, Edom, they'll show you in certain movies, you know, the woman, you can't do it by yourself. They'll show you the road, you know, that man, he was like a doctor, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, that's a hell of a
And that's the only reason why he lasted so long.
Yeah, but pretty much, but he, you know, he kept his faith, so to speak.
His woman lost it.
Yep, she just walked out in the cold and died.
Lamentations 4, start at 1 and then 2. How is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed?
Yeah, the sons of God, we lost our power, man. You know, when that gold that became dim, basically, Jay became degenerates, became niggas or Gentiles, you know, that you read about in the New Testament, man. You got it.
The stones of the sanctuary are poured out on the top of every street. This is the point right here. The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold. How are they esteemed as the early pictures, the work of their hands?
of the potter.
Right, and that's how we were before we woke up. But see, now we're becoming that fine gold again.
Right.
And scriptures say, then shall they be known who are my chosen. All right, so we're in a time where the Lord is going to defend his men. Basically, you know, great favor is going to be shown to the elect. Everybody going to see it too. And the woman going to see it. And just because a woman fine, that's not going to give you an immediate pass.
Oh, no, that's true.
Yeah. It ain't going to be
true.
about looks. What can you bring to the table?
That homegirl, she you know, with the little picking in it. She had the big fat ass, that ain't gonna mean shit. The time, because if a man wanted, he's gonna take it, then kill you, take whatever resources you got. That's those we coming into those times. Men are gonna prey upon other men, and it can happen just like that if the lights go out.
It's gonna literally be booty in that thing, huh? It's gonna literally be booty in that thing, huh? Yeah. Literally.
Hey, speak up, bro.
When you get out of the 4th chapter, it tell you that the women's gonna come to us, but they're gonna say we will bring our own bread and water. They're gonna bring something to the table.
Hey, thank you. Hey, I had the brother hold some because you just said it. Hey, get that word asset right quick.
This is the definition of asset on Google. A useful or valuable thing.
Wait a minute. In the time in Isaiah 4, a woman's going to have to make herself an asset. Like the brother said, it ain't gonna be just about, oh, she thick. Now she's gonna have to be an asset to you, man.
Yeah, because in that time, see, man, we talking about men on this tall, brothers. When that time comes, look at these women, fuck these women. You ain't gonna be thinking about these women. Plus, it's gonna be the last thing on your mind. You're gonna be thinking about trying to get some food, survival, shelter. A woman is gonna be a hindrance.
Yep, liability.
A liability, man. Because like, here it is, motherfuckers who might be, you know, having to sneak through the woods or sneak through the city, and you trying to, I know she slowing you down.
The pussy gonna stink too.
Yes.
They're gonna draw them on.
Yeah.
That's gonna be another reason why you ain't gonna be chasing these.
Yeah, they're slow. No, but they're gonna slow you down. Even now, we want to slow you down, man.
It starts now. You got a lot of men in that pussy bandit mode, man.
Yeah.
A lot of chicks in that. You got chicks look like the women in Hamburglar and
good.
You got the whole shit on. You out here just chasing women.
Yeah.
From, I don't know if y'all ever seen that comedy skit with Mike Epps. He called this stuff the cutler. Yeah. You out here like that. It's high. Cutler. Yeah, it's like JP out here, man.
Yeah, Jake is out, man. But those are niggas over there by women too. Even now, a woman slow you down. You ever travel with your woman? Like, you know, like driving a little cross country trip with your woman. You got to fucking stop. I gotta pee. My makeup. Can you stop? I stretch my legs. I'm hungry. I gotta pee.
Hey, my makeup, my hair is catching up.
So here it is, a 3-hour trip. Cause like, yo, man, I've done it. I'm tripping through. Yo, man, like, I might stop, pee, and then this whole, like, you know, I'm only gonna have to piss once, maybe twice, but I'm making time. But you gotta stop with a woman. You gotta stop each hour or each and every other 40 minutes. You gotta stop. So you trying to make time.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 3. Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways that which destroy kings.
That's what all America throw at you, man. I guess the bait. They made the woman the prize. Psychologically, you niggas think that that's the be all end all. You know. So go tricking off, this weekend. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, because it's a psychological. That's why the scriptures promote wisdom, man. It's an intellect, you know. That's what it really is. The potency is psychological. Like, we all still growing. That's why we got elders and apostles. Spirit get on them to give you share stories. Like, damn, that shit true. You know what I'm saying? So it's all a learning curve. You know. That's why wisdom. I was looking at that. That's wine right there. What this is? Wine. Wise. I was there. That's the spirit. Yeah. So I was watching it the whole time. The color like, damn, that's it. Yeah, that was it. Looks like you got no. Yeah, like what you said. When it said kills King, King Solomon.
King Solomon.
Yeah.
Adam was
Adam,
king.
that's another one. Exactly.
Adam had a rulership.
Oh yeah. Adam was
So when the serpent came up in there, what happened?
Let me get
He
that.
went through the water,
Yeah.
and basically he went down here.
He hit him in his weak points. His woman.
Right, the woman. That's why the scripture states, it talks about your wits, that's going into your mental capacity, your intelligence. So when you jump up to 1 Ezra 4 and 26, it talks about how a man would love his woman way better than father and mother. Meaning what? He falls in love with it, and therefore you lose your wits.
Yeah.
You know?
You even got Samson, man, who literally pretty much gave Delilah his strength, man.
Yeah.
And tell him where it lied in his locks, man.
And through the spirit, I think that's what happened with Adam and Eve. I think Eve just kept bugging him and kept bugging him, and eventually he broke.
Yeah. Adam just didn't outright it.
Yeah.
She probably had good sex with him. Let him know that it's for his favorite meal and his favorite wine, and kept bugging him. And in his ear, giving him good sex, and, stroking his ego, and he got weak to it, man.
Yeah, just like Samson. The woman kept bugging him, you know what I'm saying, day after day, day after day. You know, laying literally in his lap, next to his spirit.
Yeah.
So ultimately he just gave in and gave her what she wanted.
She was for everybody, man.
Yeah. She was for the streets, man.
Yeah, man. I got a precept. Oh, go ahead.
This Malachi 3:17. And they should be mine, said the Lord of hosts, in that day will I make up my jewels.
Hey, that's why you have to have an intimate relationship with the Most High. Intimate means what? Familiar. How do you become familiar with the Most High? You fast and praying and reading. You know?
And the word jewels right here goes into like a valued property. It also goes into peculiar treasure. So through the Spirit, the Lord's Most High chosen men, those are true high value men in this society.
And because the scripture said to study and show thyself approved. And the only way that you can exercise yourself in a beneficial factor towards something is to spend time with it. You know? And that's why the scriptures is compared with the Holy Spirit, wisdom, knowledge, understanding of Yahweh Shem Shai, right? It's like compared to his fervent lover.
Right.
Because when you fervently love something, you're giving it your all. You know? And that's why discipline, well, wisdom tries to with the discipline.
Right.
You know?
Right. So you're supposed to fall in love with the Most High. But the scripture states how the Most High, we love him because he first loved us. That's our true first love.
Well, wisdom, remember Solomon said, the rest out.
Yeah.
The rest, that was talking about the word.
We're supposed to get into it, man.
And so through the Spirit, this is that woman we're supposed to put first.
Yeah.
But our people took that literally and put the actual nigga woman first. What's that singer name?
Jahim. You know what happened to him when he said
Well, that was the mistake of Adam. That was the mistake of Adam.
That is part of the purpose.
Yeah.
A woman shall get above the very top.
Yeah.
It's like a black stain on our legacy. God, that's one of the ways the Lord showed you got it in our head. You're finished with it.
Back in Malachi 3:17, and they should be mine, said the Lord of hosts, in that day when I make up my jewels.
Where are those jewels? Brother, you got the one just read that, you know? And the stones of the sanctuary, you pour it out.
Value property.
Yeah.
And I will spare them as a man spare his own son that serving him.
That add to that, yeah, because it's going to get bad out here, man. Yeah, y'all brought out earlier. That's Ophir. Ophir is in America. That goes down, the Ophir goes into America. About the house, we're going to run into that. So, yeah, that proves that at the climax of all hell breaking loose going to be in Babylon. That's why you're going to find out why it's known as it's referred to as confused. We just said it now because in the spirit, but you're going to see confused at a high level. Yeah, it's going to manifest itself in its perfection. That's why the only ones going to escape going to be rooted and grounded amidst all the turmoil, tornadoes, shit coming at you. You know, the wind, the whirlwind, the shit coming at you from every angle.
That's it, we're the only ones that welcome it. Everybody else running from it, pretty much. We welcome it because it's prophet.
Yeah, but no, it's another day. Man, we want the destruction. It's going to be rugged, but so what? So we can get out of here. So we can stop existing like this. On this low, fucked up level, man.
But can I say too, Apostle, let's show you how fucked up, that's why it's like Apostle going to fuck you up. It gets to a point when you ready for the destruction to get out of here. Let's show you how fucked up the situation is, the affliction, that continual stroke of oppression, that shit intense. Like Elder Tazawan, he sent me a link about how the slave trade and different treatments of the slave, the ill-dealing, treacherous acts, it affected the babies and shit.
Like, it's traumatizing. Yeah.
Post-traumatic slave.
Yeah.
Well, Israel, I want to say black, but not even just all the tribes. All the tribes are traumatized. Remember, we all suffered trauma. So that's why Negroes, Hispanics, and Natives are fucked up and fucked the fuck out. Because Jake is traumatized. They're traumatized by slavery, by the white man stealing the land, you know? The
Stockholm syndrome and all that shit.
Yeah, Stockholm syndrome, man.
Real quick, you said that. Jeremiah 30 and 12. For thus saith Yahweh, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous. So, and what is that wound? It's slavery.
Yeah.
And like you was bringing out, you was post-traumatic slave syndrome.
Right.
It's a generational trauma,
Right.
which is the result of slavery, like you was, the apostles going
And
through.
Esau never made it right.
Yep, yep.
They never made it right. They just let Jake go. Right? But then you were still slaves, but you were just allowed to wander. That's all it was. You know, they still was killing Jake, still was oppressing Jake. Right? It wasn't until what the fucking civil rights movement of the 50s and 60s, let's say 100 years after slavery, that they finally started actually so-called giving people rights. Right?
Allegedly.
But you still, it's so-called. What was the phrase? Oh, yeah, okay, you can sit and eat with us. You can sit at the stool with us at the diner, nigga. Okay, you don't gotta ride in the back of the bus. The back of the bus is the best part of the bus. Right? It's cooler back there, you know, nobody bothering you. Right? Oh, nigga, yeah. You wanna come to the movie theater? You come to the movie theater, sit next to me with ticks and fleas flying off my, and lice flying off my dirty white ass.
Right.
You want to go up in the bed? Okay, I want to do the same bed with you. Okay. You want to drink from the same water fountain as me, nigga? Okay, go ahead, nigga. Jake was like little kid. Yeah, let's do it right then. We went and got behind. Okay, nigga. You want to drink from the same water fountain as me, nigga? Go ahead. Drink from the water fountain, right? Get some shit in your mouth from my dirty, nasty ass. Right? Right? Get fucking herpes from drinking behind the water fountain. Herpes on your lip. Well, yeah, nigga, you want to get there? Go ahead, nigga. Yeah, you can come behind my water fountain.
Man, they crawled there.
You want to go to the bathroom behind me, nigga? Okay, nigga, okay, here, take. You know, like a lot. Like you give it to your little kid. Like, here, take it. You got that good look. Okay, nigga, you want to go behind and sit on the same toilet as me and get AIDS? Go ahead, nigga. Right? See what I'm saying? Back is dirty.
I'm gonna say this: the little independence we had, we lost it when we got linked up with him, when we got integrated with him.
Yeah.
You know, the little independence that we did have, we were separated. We don't have that anymore when we got integrated with this man.
Think about it, man. The white man is dirty. They're really dirty, nasty, filthy people. They stink. Okay, they smell like what? I lived in New York City for years. You get in the subway train, it's like you make you want to throw up. It smells like wet dog.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been in buildings, the office buildings, in the cracker with the suit and tie, being there taking the dump, and they'll come out and just walk right out, don't even wash his hands. Yeah.
Walk right past you, wash your hands.
They're gonna shake your hands.
Right.
You know, like you see, he's like to touch.
Yeah, you do.
You know? They want to put that vibration. They want to suck Jake vibration. I don't want to see anybody touch me. Fucking touch me.
That's working on all these movies.
It's the new thing now, man. How you going, man?
Yep.
I do that certain Jake. I gotta kind of know you to kind of give you a, but other than that, like,
No open hand contact.
yeah,
Happen, even when you see them in traffic, they digging up their nose and shit.
yeah, they just digging up their ass, scratching balls. That's why I always say this with brothers, man. I tell the brothers in Texas, keep sanitizer in your fucking car. But for real, that's true, man. Fuck the other, even with the COVID. Hey, man, you go to the, think about this, man. I'm serious. Keep a sanitizer in your fucking car, wipes. When you out here, you go in the store and you get back in your car before you start touching. Sanitize your hands. Anything you serious, man. Keep sanitizer in your car, man. You got a hand sanitizer. Yeah, bro. You go to the gas station, touching that fucking pump. Nasty, stinking, dirt, Jake too. It's dirty. Motherfucking probably digging right up in their ass.
You know it.
And it touch the damn thing. Then you go and touch it.
Yeah.
Even these handles, man, people sticking up their shit, picking their nose, nasty, filthy, reprobate people out here.
It's a known fact that germs are spread.
Yeah, man, matter of fact, tonight, when we close up and go to the gas station, see if you can get, y'all got sanitizer? Get some sanitizer, put it in y'all cars tonight. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Bun, that's the first stop. You're going to hit a gas station. It goes up camp. That's going to be the first little thrill. Keep that in your car. Those bottles of sanitizer, man. You know what I mean? Yes.
And then so you put them on the keychain.
Yeah. On my truck, man, my pickup truck, I got a big one. You know, I was drinking the car, squared up. I keep right behind the seat. Yeah.
I just precept to bag all y'all combination, all y'all brothers, y'all liking it. You know, basically the middle of the Lord to the goal. That's my goal. It's Proverbs 8, and I started 9. The point gonna be in 11 and 12. It says 8. It says all the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing froward or perverse in them. They are all plain to him that understandeth, and right to them that find knowledge. Receive my instruction and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. So that goes to show that we talk about gold and silver and different special, precious stones, whatever. It's being spiritual, man.
Yeah. That was even the guy at the end of the movie, Indiana Jones, the King of the Crystal Skull. He was like, knowledge is a treasure.
Right.
You know?
And that's what we hold fast to. That's what's gonna keep us surviving, man. When y'all out here starving, all these different examples, from the apostles to the rest of the occupants pushed out there, y'all gonna be on the negative end of those things. Y'all gonna be on the receiving end of those things. Why? Because you lack these essentials. Okay?
Yeah, because like I made, wisdom a resource. It's a resource. It trumps anything that one might deem to have any value. Whether livestock, gold, diamonds, wisdom, because it produces life. Everybody labeled and toil for is really to live.
Right. It's a true asset.
Yeah, it's a true asset. What's that Ecclesiastes like? Ecclesiastes 12?
Yeah, that's 12. That's it.
Yeah, somebody can get that. Ecclesiastes 12.
Yeah, they just grab it. Look into that.
Y'all want me to pause right quick?
Finish out yours.
All right. So it says, receive my instruction and not silver. So the Lord's instruction is more than silver.
Yeah.
The knowledge rather than choice gold. You got it.
Now, basically, when you look at the two top nations on earth, you know, that this movie is revolving around Jacob and Esau, basically, it's all about a reset. You know, Edom got his reset, and the Lord got his reset, and this damn devil, with him, gold not gonna mean nothing. The dollar definitely not gonna mean nothing because they about to go fully digital. And with the Lord, he resetting his people with this knowledge, man. You know, so that's it. You know, and you gonna have to choose one or the other. You know, you got it, bro.
All right, verse 11. It says, for wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to them.
It breathes life. That's right. It's going to preserve you. And from the said perils, there's Isaiah 33.
Yeah, look, this is back up. You got it. Exactly what the brother say. Verse 12. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence and find out knowledge of witty inventions. That's what the brother said, man. It's not Esau out here doing all kind of witty inventions, man. All these different wild.
When they're cloning creatures and animals, yo, man, they trying to, man.
And feeding it to you.
Yeah.
Whoa. So even the way we've been talking about
men into women, women into men, that's the Babylon juice. And in Israel, primarily the 2/3 are drinking it down. You understand? They're drunken with it.
Hey, well, with that, hey, we hope brothers were edified. And I just want to say, you know, through the spirit of power, how about you outside? You know, we do have the Louisiana brothers here. We got the Birmingham brothers here. We got the Honorable Elder Apostle Kai here. Am I missing somebody? Okay, I see Louisiana. No, that's all good. Hey, but with that, we hope the brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, we want to give our honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakudash.
double honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone rule well. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Abba, Abba.
Abba.
Shalom.
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 We got what do you call it? Appointment? Preservation. 15. Okay. So we're going to dip out to the spot.
Okay.
Hey, shalom, shalom.